Welcome back to Channel C1 of Demica Jamaal.
And this is Cam King.
And today we're watching the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power Season 2 official trailer. So we watched two other things, right? They were both teasers?
You know, they did. I liked when they used to say trailer 1, trailer 2.
Right.
Because these days they just be putting whatever. Maybe it was a Comic-Con? Yes, it was Comic-Con trailer.
SDCC trailer. How many minutes was that?
Three and a half, 4 minutes. That's why it was longer too, because it was a Comic-Con trailer. It's a San Diego Comic-Con trailer. So this is the official trailer.
Ooh, we're so excited.
The first trailer for season 2 looked all right. The second trailer we saw looked actually pretty good. So we'll see how they cut up the third one. Of course, we're no fool. We remember Secret Invasion trailers. Those looked really good. And they had a great cast of actors.
That's the thing, because now when I watch good trailers, I always think of things that were promoted well.
And then bomb.
So it's like, I'm trying to like read in between the, all
we have seen it coming.
The bells and whistles that the trailer people have put together, and then like actually see the show and see if it's good. Because sometimes it's the opposite. It's a bad trailer.
The trailer's not that great.
Okay, like the first trailer for the Miss Marvel show, I didn't think the trailer was good, but I could tell, like, at the very least, the actress playing Kamala Khan was good.
It was good, yeah.
And I, for the most part, like that show, except for some stuff in the middle.
We both liked it.
But these trailers have been pretty decent. We liked parts of the first season. There are some promising things.
Yeah, up till about episodes, those last 2 episodes, really, we didn't like. We didn't like how it ended. We just didn't like the story beats and
dialogue.
The dialogue throughout the entire show was just kind of very tell, but don't show.
Yeah.
The opposite of what you want. And we were watching it side by side with House of the Dragon, and season 1 of House of the Dragon has fantastic dialogue.
Oh man, it's so good.
So it's just the comparison was very. We watched this on Thursday, House of Dragon on Sunday, and it was like, okay.
Yeah.
But let's get into it. Let's check it out. Let's see what it.
We have hope.
Yeah. We're gonna give it a chance.
War has come to Middle-earth.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
It looks grittier.
This is the work of Sauron.
It doesn't look as clean as the first season did. It looks darker.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Our armies cannot defeat him. Once the deceiver obtains a being's trust, he gains.
Go ahead. The rings. I don't recognize. I don't know the lore of all the rings, but one of them was blue. Looked like. Oh, I like how they let the breathing
almost like a musical instrument in a way.
Yeah.
Hands, they could work an evil beyond reckoning.
I don't know what the fuck those things are.
It would be a mortal blow for all Middle-earth.
Sooner or later, Sauron's eye pours a hole.
Okay.
Oh man.
Orcs look good like they did in season 1.
Yeah.
Please, I gave it to you. This is hardly a gift. What have you done to me?
Oh.
Who are you? Truly, I am the one keeping the storm at bay.
I'm sorry. I know that wasn't a funny scene, but sometimes seeing people cry is funny.
Help you destroy him.
I will not stop until this is put right.
Oh, that was a majestic looking horse.
Yeah, very.
I like that Viagra horse scene from the first season.
But it's gonna have more action. It looks like too. First season didn't have. Well,
Also,
they did have some, but it was
We're gonna get Sauron in his full villain aura and essence, because before he was in disguise, pretending to be a good guy.
It looks like there's a huge battle. Damn.
You put yourself in my power.
I think.
Ooh, the crown just looks so.
Galadriel.
I think the deciding factor for this show, I think we're gonna put it over the edge either way, is gonna be how good that actor is playing Sauron. And he looks good right here. Like, he looks like he knows what he's doing.
I don't think he did necessarily a bad job in the first season. I just don't think the writing was not strong for him necessarily.
He didn't have a bunch of. I don't want to say he had a fair amount of screen time, but like, I feel like he's gonna be the forefront of this one.
Yeah, he's gonna be more toward.
He might be able to carry. I wonder, are we going back to where the queen? Was she a queen? The black lady that was friends.
Numenor,
is that the place?
Yeah, we should
going
be.
Back over there?
It looked like some of that might have been Yeah, we
There
will.
we- 'cause
We will be.
We were a
eventually.
lot
We
of
have
different.
to be.
We were in a
have to
lot
be
of different
eventually.
places. I think that's always difficult when you got one of those.
Yeah, and the only
those
show that really
sprawling tales
has done that well is Game of Thrones.
Yeah, where you're like going all these different places and telling multiple stories at once. Because then we didn't even see the. I want to call them Littlefoots, but
The Hobbits.
well,
they're calling them the Harfoots.
Harfoots. We didn't even see them. Littlefoots. I was thinking of Land Before Time. Littlefoot, the little.
There's a little bit of them in the trailer,
But
they also, well,
and I didn't
to be fair, if they're listening to criticism, they probably cut them back a little.
Yeah.
Because that was a lot of people
Yeah.
weren't too crazy about a Harf. At least I wasn't. I did not particularly care for their storyline too much.
Some of the more. There's one particular scene that I remember actually both of us being bored, and it was with the dwarves. Were they dwarves? Aren't they?
No.
Is that what they were called?
No, we were bored with the
Because he was talking to his dad.
There are dwarves, but I don't remember. I remember being bored with the wizard, and he was fighting.
Oh, and he wouldn't speak.
He wouldn't speak, and he was fighting these other like dark wizard. These like Eminem looking.
I forgot
he was
about
fighting.
that scene.
That was the scene we were bored at, because
Oh
I'm pretty
my
sure in the reaction
God.
that's the scene where we were like,
You
I'm not
said it
feeling
first. You said it first, and I was like, "Oh, dang!
Thank
It's
God.
not just me." I was like, "Is it just me?" Because I know the thing is too. Lords of the Rings, the movies have a particular type of storytelling that is still engaging, but you gotta really take your time and be invested.
Yeah,
The movies
yeah.
are long.
This is a fantasy
but
world,
It's
yeah.
still, I wouldn't say it's like an actual critique. Like this, it's like the first season had some moments where it's like the dialogue's actually not like compelling or moving the story forward. So, or like even fleshing out the character more. So
the dialogue was basically like, I am evil. That's essentially
Yeah,
like they're telling
yeah.
They're just telling you every.
And
instead
there were
of
some
let it-
redundancies, like they were have arguments. It's like y'all should already be past this. Y'all already giving each other information that we already know.
I remember
And
when
it
we
was
got
just-
to that bigger battle in episode 6, we were like, oh, finally. Because the pace picked up a little bit.
I didn't even think we were gonna watch season 2. I don't remember a lot of the stuff. I remember the "Not Without Me" line.
Without me, you aren't.
I don't remember his name because their names are hard anyways to remember. I remember Galadriel's name in Sauron, but the one guy who was over in Numenor with the queen lady.
Isildur's father.
Yes, the
I don't
father.
remember his name, but
he had just started. It was in a battle, and the queen was talking about coming back and helping Galadriel or
panned
something.
over
and
it.
it panned over to him, and he wasn't looking at them. He was like
crying, but it was just so
And it was
immersive,
just-
immersion breaking. I
It
don't
was
know
so
what about
funny
it.
because it was like it was accidentally comical because she was talking about returning, but he's
And
just
she was in such a joyous, hopeful, inspirational like speech. And I
And
know
he
I
was
understand the contrast they're trying to go for it. It just didn't work. It just
Yeah.
didn't work. Not for us at least.
Yeah, it was very funny though. We really, that was some of the best moments of the show. We really laughed at that.
Really, I think the first 2 episodes were actually really done well, and we had a lot of hope for the show because I really liked the horror themes that they had. I remember liking the
there
orcs
was some
a lot,
good, yes,
and
good,
it was like, okay.
yeah.
I will say, whoever is the set designer, the clothing, like all that shit,
It's crispy.
is clean. It's looking good. It's ice cold.
The other thing I didn't like was the flashbacks. I don't think were done incorporated seamlessly enough. Like when she would go flashback to where she was talking with her brother. Some of those scenes were so boring. Like I guess she was trying to get advice from her brother via the flashback or whatever. Obviously not her, but like they were going back, or she was going back in her mind. I don't remember if she was actually going back in her mind or they were just showing us the before. And some of them were very long too. It wasn't just like a quick flashback. It was like you living in this time for a minute. And meanwhile, she's getting like attacked or whatever, like by Sauron. Like he's revealing that he's evil at this point or something like that.
Yeah, the editing and pacing were weird in some of those scenes.
And then when they were doing the rings and they were like panning around, doing all these big sweeping shots, it was like zoom.
It was almost
in on the
over
ring.
dramatic on the editing.
Zooming on the ring again. Zooming on the ring again.
Like it's
it
like
was
they wanted to make it epic because it's a big moment,
Yeah.
but they did too much to make it epic. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like for editing, it's less is more. You pull back a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't have to do too much on the editing front, but
none. We still think there's some qualities in the first season and in these trailers that
the trailers give me a lot of hope now. Like we talked about,
Sauron looks good.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, Sauron looks good. The scene with him and Galadriel looks good and intense, and like
it looks gritty. It looks gritty.
And we saw a little clip of that the elf. I don't remember his name either. The black elf.
Black elf, yeah.
That looked pretty good. I forgot what predicament he was in at the end of the last season, but I feel like I remember being entertained when he was on screen. Like
I think we did mind his storyline a little bit because
he was down there with the orcs.
Yeah, he was trying to be with that one girl who was like a peasant.
Oh, who had a kid?
But then the kid kind of like wanted to side with the orcs or something. The people.
He got like not possessed, but like.
Oh, he had Sauron's blade or something like that.
Something like
some dark
that.
blade. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to redo what we're watching, or at least a little summary.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I dismissed it. Like I really
until I saw the other trailer, I didn't want to react to it, and then I saw the other trailer, and I was like, okay, let's give it a second chance.
Yeah.
So tell us what y'all think. But I'm actually kind of looking forward to see if it's good.
Being in the world. The
world is great.
Lord of the Rings is the world of Lord of the Rings is a good fleshed out world. So
it is. It's good. It's nice. But
and I don't know all of the lore. So when like they change something about the world, I don't care.
It doesn't affect it.
I don't notice. But so I think for other people, they might be like, well, this isn't the Lord of the Rings. Like this is not.
Yeah, I feel like they're fighting two audiences here because they didn't execute well on either front, right? Like they didn't execute the changes well for the people that read the books and stuff.
Right.
And they didn't execute the changes well for people that didn't read the books. Like,
right. Yeah.
Like it was like,
it's like if you're going to change stuff, at least make the show quality.
And I'm not hating on a slow burn. I like a slow burn, but a slow burn done well.
Yeah. You still gotta make the mundane scenes.
A lot of people like to argue when it comes to things. It's kind of like House of Dragon season 2. A lot of people are arguing that people don't like a slow burn, and it's like, no, they just didn't do it well.
I enjoyed season 2 more. I think I'm learning than him a little bit, but
I did not enjoy it. I just wanted it to. I'm just saying as an example that like
some of the people who didn't enjoy it,
it did drag on,
especially with certain particular storylines.
It's kind of like you said how they would repeat dialogue, and here they would repeat Daemon and Rhaenyra and Alicent essentially kept repeating the same thing.
Well, yeah, they actually Alicent and Rhaenyra had a moment when they spoke to each other 2 separate times. Where it was a little bit repetitive, where they met up with each other. The second time it did progress.
It progressed, yeah.
So it wasn't like a,
But that's just very.
It's still like leagues above that first season of Rings of Power.
No. I'm not gonna say it's bad. I'm just using as a comparison.
Yeah.
Even with a show that is stronger, is still a slow burn. Still wasn't done well in my opinion, because the show didn't end. Also, it's slow burn to what? Like at the end, there wasn't a big exactly
because it's a finale. I know you're building up to something even bigger for the next season, but you still gotta have something that's
satisfying and
right. Yeah,
some cathartic, as they would say, need to release. But yeah, let us know what you think of the show.
Or what you hope. What did you think of the first season?
If you want to hear more thoughts.
Are you going to watch the second season?
Yeah, if you want to hear more thoughts on our House of the Dragon, check out those reactions. Check out that finale. We talk a lot about it.
And Rings of Power.
We have those reactions up to season 1. Go check them out yourself. Be warned. They are very polarizing.
Especially those last 2 episodes. We were not very nice. A lot of people did. And one person at least commented, what are y'all laughing about? Like, what's so funny? I remember they commented that, and I was like, did you not see the humor?
It was funny.
It was funny. But yeah.
All right.
Sometimes I go back and watch us laugh.
Yeah, no, it's a top 10 moment for me.
It's very funny.
If I have the time, I might sneak the clip in too.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys later.